let's take a quick look at WordPress's menuing system. And this is one of the great kind of features and flexible things about WordPress that I find really helpful. You can quickly create menus, and based on the theme that you select, I've now changed our demo site to the Catchbox theme. You can have 1, 2, 3 menus. They have different menu options based on the theme. So you want to take a look at the theme that you select and see if they support drop-down menus and things like that. So we'll look at, my menu system here has a second menu which actually has drop-down items here, and I think I have a couple others where, under Songwriter, there's drop-down items and actually a sub-level under Bio, for instance. So you can get pretty detailed, although just a warning, don't go crazy. You want to make it easy to navigate your site. 1 or 2 clicks to all your content is really what you want to provide. So we're going to go here and look at the theme. Here's the Catchbox theme, and I only have 1 post and 1 page, so we're going to add a couple pages really quickly. And so if I click on pages, it's going to show me my sample page, which is currently on the site. There's our sample page. We have the ability to add a new page. And we're going to title this page page number 1. Here's our first created page. There are other options like featured image, things like that, the order. We're not even going to get into that. Things like parent pages. We're not even going to worry about that. All we're going to do is publish this page number 1. Now we're going to add a new page. I'm going to call it page number 2. Page number 2. A second page for our menu. We're going to publish that. And now we're going to go and add 1 more page. A sub-menu item. Okay. And we're going to publish this page. So we've created 3 pages. No real content on there. So we look in our all pages list. There they are. Now by default, we haven't defined any menus in this theme, and you'll see what I mean by defining menus. And it's added the items, I think it's alphabetically, other than the home page, right? So that isn't really what we want, but it just shows us how it will take care of adding items because we haven't defined any menus. So now we're going to go into Appearance and go to the Menus option. And we have no menus defined. We're going to create our menu. So we're going to create a first menu. We're going to call it Main Menu. Let's see that I've entered this before. And create the menu. Now we can start adding things to the menu. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Pages, and we're going to add all of our pages. We're going to select all our pages, add them to the menu. Now that they're in this listing, I'm not going to save the menu yet, we can reorder them. So we can say, let's put page number 1 up here and just drag it to the top. And let's put page number 2 here. And let's take this submenu item, and we're going to go to page number 1 and indent it a little bit. Let go of it. Now it's going to indent it. We'll see what that does. And we're going to take the sample page here and we're going to indent it under page 2. We're going to save the menu. That's the menu definition itself. Now, a couple things to note. That's not going to change our theme yet. If we go refresh our theme, looks exactly the same. Nothing's changed. That's because the theme right here lets you know where you can place your menus. So it has a primary menu, a secondary menu, and a footer menu. So there are 3 menus on this theme. We're going to take the primary menu, choose main menu, and save it. And now let's go refresh our theme again. Now we have page number 1, page number 2 listed, and if we mouse over them, we see the submenu page on this one, and we see page number 2, sample page, okay? That's what we defined right here. So those are now defined under those. Now we could, if we wanted to, take page number 2 and just indent it right here, and it's going to indent its subpages, save the menu. And because the menu is already defined as our primary menu, when we refresh that theme, now we see page number 1, we hold over, submenu item, hold over to page number 2, and it's got a 3rd nested menu. So once again, be careful with that because it's not easy for people to find or navigate to pages that are nested so far below. It just kind of becomes a hassle. Try and keep your clicks and your nesting menus to, 1 or 2 at most. So drag that back. Oops. There we go. Now we can also, I'm going to save the menu again, take a look at, even though it won't really make sense, but we could apply that menu to the secondary menu. All this really means, and actually we'll just do it. We won't define that menu there. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new menu. And we're going to call it menu 2. And now we can add some other things to our menu, menu 2. We don't have to add just pages. We can create a custom link. We're going to just do google.com. We can say add that to the menu. And we can actually drop this down as a menu item and see various like the title attribute, which gives us, additional search engine benefits, as well as when people hold their mouse over a given menu, it can show up and, just say something like a link to Google. We can do this with all of our menu items, by the way. I recommend it. And we can save the menu, except there's a couple things that I recommend. When you're linking to a site that takes people away from your website, it's just a good practice to make that open up in a new window. Don't do that on your own site because you don't want to open 10 pages of your own website when people are navigating around. But this shows you some of the things that you can make available, some screen options available on any given element within WordPress. You'll see this under Post, and it's very specific to whatever menu you're on in the WordPress dashboard. In this case, with our menu items, it's nice if we can have a link target. We can also have the CSS class defined and some other things, a description. We're just going to worry about the link target. And the reason we want that is I want to be able to drop down this list and have open in a new window. So now I'm going to save this menu. I'm going to apply it to the second menu on the theme, menu 2. Now we're going to go up and refresh our theme. That right there. Now the second item appears here. So I hold my mouse over it. Actually, we see that the title tag, a link to Google, shows up. I click on it. It opens a new tab or a new window and takes me to Google. So you can see I've done that here. I have a second menu here. I take you to blog categories, video blog category, and then I show the IT Career Toolkit, which I link you to a new site. It opens up a new site and takes you to itcareertoolkit.com. So I'm kind of following exactly what I tell, I'm instructing you to do and think is good practice. But that's how you create your menuing system. So now we have main menu in WordPress, and we have menu 2, and we can apply those to whatever menus we want. So obviously we could create a footer menu if we wanted to, and it would appear at the footer of the site. I don't use it on my site, but it's certainly something you can do. You can also create custom menus that can be put into the sidebar if you want, just a way to kind of organize links of information. But we'll look at that a little bit later.